Hello and welcome back to ENG and my name is Bharati. The topic in this video is changing active voice to passive voice in imperative sentences. What is an imperative sentence? An imperative sentence is a sentence that gives a command or a request. The command can otherwise be called ordering. So first let us see the change in the command or order. Now the passive verb structure in the command and order is let plus object plus be plus past participle. That is, we bring the object usually in the front in the passive voice. The be form of verb in the imperative sentence is be. The be form of verb in the imperative sentence is be, and we use the past participle, which is otherwise called the verb 3. And the first important thing is we use let. We begin the passive voice with let. We'll go to the examples. The first sentence, switch off the fan. We should always note that in the commanding sentence, that is an imperative commanding sentence, we have usually a verb and an object, or a verb and a complement. We do not have a subject. So switch off the fan. Here, switch off the fan, switch off is the verb, and what to switch off? The fan. So this answers to the question what, and so the fan is the object. Now, as per the rule, the passive voice begins with let. So we use let. Now the object in the active voice is fan, and that fan becomes the subject of the passive voice. Now the be form of verb for the imperative sentence is be. So we use be. And the past participle of the verb switch is switched. So switched off. So we begin the sentence with let the fan be switched off. This is the passive voice. Next, open the gate. Here open is the verb. What to open? The gate. So this is the object. So as per the rule, in the imperative ordering sentences, we use let to begin the sentence. So let is used in the passive voice. Then comes the object. The object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. So we get the subject over here. Then we use the be form of verb, which is be. And the past participle of open is opened. Now the passive voice is let the gate be opened. Next sentence, drive away the cattle. Here, drive away is the verb. What to drive away? The cattle. So the cattle is the object. Now we begin the passive voice with let. The object becomes the subject here in the passive voice. Then we use the be form of verb be. The past participle of drive is driven. So driven away. Let the cattle be driven away. This is the passive voice. Next sentence, teach the child. Here teach is the verb. Whom to teach? The child. So the object answers to the question either what or whom. So here it is answering to the question whom, and so this child is the object. Now we begin the passive voice with let. Now the object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. So we bring the child here. Then we use the be form of verb, which is be. The past participle of the verb teach is taught. Let the child be taught. This is the passive voice. Next, we have a negative sentence. Don't throw stones at the dogs. So don't throw. Here don't throw, this is the verb. Here stones, what not to throw? Stones. So this is the object. So we need not bother about the remaining part of the sentence. In the passive voice, let us begin the sentence with let. Since we have a negative form here, we use not. Then we bring the object of the active voice as the subject of the passive voice, stones. Let not stones. Then we have the be verb, which is be. The past participle of the verb throw is thrown. At the dogs. Just bring this at the dogs in the same place as it is in the passive voice. Now, the passive voice is let the stone not be thrown at dogs. Next sentence, write it neatly. So, write is the verb, it is the object. Neatly is the adjunct. We need not bother about the adjunct. So, we'll begin the passive voice with let. Then we bring the object of the active voice as the subject of the passive voice. The be form of verb is be. The past participle of the verb write is written, so it becomes be written. And we bring the adjunct neatly in the same place as it is in the active voice. So the passive voice is let it be written neatly. Next, don't disturb them. So don't disturb, this is the verb. That is a negative sense again. Whom not to disturb? Them. So this is the object. Begin the passive voice with let. So then bring the object which will become the subject of the passive voice. And here we have a negative sense, so bring the negative sense here. Let them not. Then comes the be verb. The past participle of the verb disturb is disturbed. So the passive voice is let them not be disturbed. Next we have some examples in the requesting type. Imperatives requesting type. We begin the requesting sentences with please. So the pattern in the passive voice is quite a little different. That is, we begin with you are requested. Because it is please in the active voice, we begin with you are requested. Please come here. You are requested to come here. So instead of please, we use you are requested to come here. Next sentence, please sign here. Since it is please, you are requested. And sign becomes to sign, and here you are requested to sign here. I guess you understood. This marks the end of this chapter voice. To sum up, we learnt that voice is of two types, that is active voice and passive voice. We understood that only 8 tenses can be changed from active voice to passive voice, and we learned what the structure of verb in each tense should be in passive voice. We also learned the transformation in declarative sentences, interrogative sentences, and imperative sentences. Kindly do visit the playlist for your queries. Let's catch up in the next video with a new topic. If you find this video useful, give a thumbs up and hit on the subscribe button and the bell icon. Kindly leave your suggestions in the comment box. Thanks for watching.